Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at a Sheaffer fountain pen. Sheaffer is one of the old guard pen manufacturers, and nowadays I don't know exactly what's going on with Sheaffer. They still make fountain pens, but in some ways I think of them as sort of a one of those pen companies that started off as an American manufacturer, uh, has been bought and sold, and not quite at its best, considering what they used to make. And up until recently, like in the 90s, they were still making some beautiful, beautiful pens. I think they are still making some nice pens. But I gotta admit, every now and then I wish Sheaffer would go back into its old um, catalog of pens and start reissuing some of their fantastic products. I hope they do that someday. Um, but anyway, so we're going to look at a pen. This is loaned to me by my friend Rudolph, who's a friend of the channel, another pen fanatic here on Prince Edward Island. There are many. And he has put together a nice little collection. And what we have here is a Sheaffer. Really nice clam box. The white dot, of course, right here, started off as a sign of, not just a sign that the original owner would inspect the pens, and he would put a little white dot if they met inspection. Then it came to be known for the white dot represented lifetime warranty for the owner, and now it's the symbol of Sheaffer, just like their logo, just that little white dot. And yeah, so we'll open this up and we'll get what is it is a stunning pen, but it's also completely over the top, which is quite charming about it. And also, the first thing I noticed about it, well, of course, it's gold plated, but the fact is, this is an exceptionally thin pen. And when you see a thin pen like this, it's, especially if it's from, say, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, it's often referred to as a lady's pen. And in many ways, this is a piece of jewelry. Like I said, it's electroplated. It's 23 karat gold, and there's the pattern on it. It's hard to see it here. It's so dazzling, but it's referred to as a diamond cut pattern. Now, I went down a little bit of a false lead on this pen. I was thinking at first it was a Sheaffer Fashion 2. But actually what it is a Sheaffer Fashion 1. And it's also, the number on it is number 71. And I had been sort of researching the Sheaffer Fashion 2 number 271. And I'll show you how I came to the conclusion that it's a Fashion 1 number 71. Anyway, so dazzling gold pen, almost hard to really focus. If you take a loop and sort of look at the pattern, it is a diamond pattern. Diamond cut is what they refer to it as. And it's made, this one is made in the USA. The quality is very good. I don't know when they stopped making them in the USA, probably 80s or 90s. I seem to get, from what I've looked at, the date of this pen is sometime in the 1990s. I didn't get an exact date. There is a gold mark stamp on it there, showing it, the fact that it's gold plated. It is a pull cap, and I'm not going to post it. And you get a gold plated stainless steel nib, black section. Now, if this was the 271, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. The 271 does not have this little band right here, this little gold band right here. It's just a simple black section. Now, even though this is as far as I can tell, a stainless steel nib, everything seems to indicate that it is medium nib, I think. It is a very fine writer, very smooth. Um, the nib has no markings on it. Some nibs do, and some don't. This one doesn't have any logo or anything on the nib. And looking at the feed, just through a loop, I'm almost leaning towards the fact that that might be uh, possibly a ebonite feed. I could be wrong. It doesn't look plastic. Anyway, um, so you screw this part off, and inside is a converter. It's a squeeze converter. There's a latex sac in there. I like it's a metal body, and I really like the fact that right here the threads are metal, metal on metal. Sometimes you see metal with plastic threads, and I always worry about that. On some when I see a fountain pen with a metal body and you know metal metal threads going into plastic threads, I just imagine it's stripping away. So this came with its uh, converter, which is nice. I don't know how easy it is to find converters for this if you don't have one. And I'm not too sure what kind of cartridge it would take if you were using the cartridge. It is a cartridge converter, but I think it's a specialized cartridge that it takes. It's such a thin pen. So anyway, let's do a little writing sample. The quick brown fox. Now, what I noticed right away is just how smooth this nib is. Very nice, a very nice nib. I'm not too sure what ink is in it. I forgot to ask, I guess. But it works quite nice. It flows very nicely. Um, there's no flex or line variation in this nib, and I wouldn't press down on it. But from what I have read, they were stainless steel. I could be wrong, but that most of them seem to be stainless steel. Now, a stainless steel nib can be excellent, can be better than a gold in some cases. And this is an excellent little nib. Very nice writer, very smooth, beautiful flow to the ink. It's a dazzling pen. And at first, when I saw this, I looked at it, I go, that must be the thinnest pen I've ever seen. But then I looked at my own collection, and I was probably not right. Because oddly enough, I have a couple very thin pens. And I have, this is a modern Japanese pen by Ono. Very nice little pen. I'll have to do a video on this. But right here I have a Pilot lady pen. This is actually another pen designed for as a piece. I guess the idea was women needed smaller pens. I don't know if that makes any sense to me at all. But anyway, so you'd have these thin pens, and this is a Pilot L or lady pen, and once again you see it's a very small little pen. Works quite nice. It's a nice little writer. I don't have it inked up at the moment, and even though that is a very narrow pen, I still think this Sheaffer actually beats it by quite a bit. The body of the Pilot is a bit shorter. They're both metal pens. I would say the Sheaffer is a little bit heavier, but it is actually just a little thinner. So yes, that might be the thinnest pen I've ever had on the channel. Possibly the thinnest I've ever seen. And when you're looking at this, Sheaffer had a few different pens that really, were over the top, very almost like fashion accessories. So if you're going out to a very fancy event, you might put this pen in there just to have. And even though I would say this is what they would refer to as a lady's pen, it's not that uncomfortable. I don't have huge hands, but it's okay in my hand. It's not ridiculously uncomfortable to write with. Might be a little short. The section's a little bit thin, but you know what? I could write with this easily. And it's kind of a fun little pen to whip out and just sort of like dazzle people with. And if you roll it like that, it just like sparkles and it's really nice to watch. Look at. Anyway, it's a fun pen. I really like it. So yeah, Sheaffer. I'll have to try some modern Sheaffers. I've not seen any around lately, but someday I'll have to pick up a modern Sheaffer. But man, I really wish Sheaffer would come out with some of their fantastic, vintage lines, like the fountain pen for men or something like that, or even like something that plays along the stuff they were making in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, because they had beautiful pens and they're really a treasure when I find one, and I really enjoy them. And it's one of the great manufacturers. And come on, guys, go back into your intellectual properties and stun us with something. Anyway, I'm hoping you're having a good day. It's kind of a cloudy day here in PEI. And if you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.